What's going on, everybody? My name is Ben and welcome back to the bench for a brand new episode here on Ben Builds. I know it has been some time. It's been about 4 weeks since I've had any video update out to you guys. And first off, let me go ahead and say I am so sorry about that, but I do have a good excuse. So we'll go ahead and get into that. I thought I should do a video. I've been wanting to do a video for the last couple of weeks, but I just haven't been able to. Now I'm finally ready. Let's go ahead and dive right on in. So the first question I want to go ahead and answer is, where have I been? I actually caught COVID. I don't know how, I don't know from where, and I don't know who gave it to me, but somehow I ended up catching COVID and it laid me out for the past 3 weeks, guys. In fact, you can probably still hear it in my voice. My voice hasn't come back all the way yet. I have had a lot more energy come back. I do have less symptoms than I had, so I'm actually very pleased. I think I'm progressing nicely. So that is actually where I've been. And the flu symptoms, they aren't great, but honestly, one of the worst things about it is the fatigue that tends to follow. For the first 2 weeks, did nothing but eat and sleep. That's it. Then the third week, I was able to get up a little bit more, but still didn't have the energy to sit at the bench and build anything. So I again just slept, caught up on Netflix, caught up on movies. So yeah, I gotta say that now I am finally feeling better. And this is after 4 weeks coming back and feeling like I used to. So that is really excellent. I just need a few of my symptoms to finally go away and I should be back to 100%. But of course, just because I wasn't on the bench actively building anything doesn't mean I wasn't thinking about the channel, thinking about model kits, and let's just say that having a 102-degree fever plus being on cold medication and all the stuff I could possibly take, I probably shouldn't have been poking around on the internet there, but I was, and I ended up picking up some model kits. So I thought I'd go ahead and do a quick stash update as well and show you guys what we got. So the first kit I ended up picking up is this one right here. This is an Airfix 1/48 scale Supermarine Seafire Mark 17. This is a late Seafire. It's got the Griffin engine in it, and I gotta tell you, I have been very excited to go ahead and build a late model Seafire. There's something about the design of the aircraft, and I mean, it's based on a Spitfire, and Spitfires are awesome. This is a really cool looking version of a late war Seafire with that cut down rear fuselage, the bubble sliding canopy, that big Griffin engine. It looks almost like an arrow, you know? It also came with some Edward masks, and that is kind of interesting because I don't really use the Edward pre-cut masks. I've always wanted to. I have had a little bit of interest now and then, but this actually comes with it, so I'll probably end up using it. I mean, why not, right? It comes with the kit, might as well just give it a shot. You've already seen this. This is part 2 of the Spitfire series that they have here for the Griffin engine Spitfires only. I used this when I built the Airfix Mark, 14, I believe it was, with my buddy Joe. So this is an older book, guys. You've already seen this, but this has all the different images and line drawings that you would need to build a Seafire. So I'm actually very excited to go ahead and be able to not only use this reference material again, but also to build one of those late Seafires with that bubble canopy, the cut down fuselage. It's just really an awesome looking airplane. Again, Airfix makes great stuff. I've been wanting one of these for a while, so I thought, let's just do it. Probably paid a little bit too much in shipping, but the model itself was actually very reasonable. So I'm happy to go ahead and throw this into the queue. Hopefully you'll see this pop up on the bench at some point. There's also another model kit that I've been wanting to buy for a while, and I just haven't really found the right time to do it. Luckily or unluckily, depending on how you look at it, Sprue Brothers was having a sale on Hasegawa kits, so I ended up picking up this one right here. This is a 1/32 scale Ki-44 Shoki, and this is a lot bigger than I usually build. I usually build 1/48, but I've always wanted to build a 1/32 scale version of the Shoki. Even when it first came out, I was like, I gotta get this kit at some point, but it was always too expensive. I mean, look at the size of this fuselage. This thing is going to be a beefy 1/32 scale version of it. I think it's going to be pretty fun. Now, of course, this does lend nicely to scratch building and adding in more detail and all of that good stuff, which is kind of why I wanted to build 1/32 scale. I can actually do, I'm hoping, a lot more special detailing and custom work on one of these than I can on a 1/48 scale. This is going to be bigger, more room to work with, and I think I can get even finer into my detail. So that's kind of why I went with 1/32. Now, also, this comes with a really nicely detailed pilot in styrene, so that's kind of interesting. I don't know if I'll use it for this necessarily because I might want to go ahead and just have this as an open cockpit, display piece. But if I so choose, I've got a great 1/32 scale Japanese fighter pilot that I can paint up and maybe even put him inside. I'm not necessarily going to build it right away, of course, because again, I've got a whole queue of models that are lined up that I want to go ahead and build, but this one will make its way into there at some point. 1/32 scale Ki-44 Shoki by Hasegawa. It's a beautiful model kit, guys. Honestly, honestly am so excited to finally have one of these in the stash. I can't wait to go ahead and get it on the bench at some point. It is natural metal though, so it's going to be a little finicky, I'm sure, but I've got some kits kind of waiting on the side there that I might be able to practice on before I get to the Shoki. And lastly, guys, we have one more kit that I did end up picking up. Like I mentioned, Sprue Brothers was having a sale on Hasegawa kits, and I just happened to run across this particular aircraft just as I was kind of browsing, looking at all the fun stuff. You know what? I didn't actually anticipate buying one of these. It was just kind of one of those last minute things. I thought, you know what? Why not? Let's go ahead and do it. And I've been kind of in the habit of wanting to rebuild a lot of my older models that I built when I was younger, like I did with the Skyray. So let's go ahead and take a look at this last model kit that I purchased. This is the 1/48 scale F4B or N Phantom 2 in the markings of the VF-111 Sundowners by Hasegawa. And this is going to be, I think, a really nice addition to the stash. Now, I actually built the Showtime 100 version of this exact kit. That kit was a joy to build. According to ScaleMates, these are the same molds as it was when I built Showtime 100 and all the more recent Phantoms that Hasegawa has put out. Only thing different here, aside from a couple little parts and pieces, are the decals. And if I can remember right, that kit was a blast to build, and this one should be just as fun. Now, yes, the Tamiya kit would probably be better molds, better fitting parts, but it was on sale. It was like half of the Tamiya kit. So I thought, let's just do it. Let's get it in the stash and we'll see where we go from there. Again, 1/48 scale Hasegawa F4B or N Phantom. I can't wait to go ahead and get it into the queue. That does it for the model section here on the stash update, but I also not only picked up model kits, I also picked up some references. Now, in order to kind of introduce this one, I'm going to have to go ahead and bring out this book right here, which you've already seen. This is part 2 of the Supermarine Spitfire for the Griffin engine Spitfires only. I have a project coming up for a Spitfire that is Merlin powered, so I had to go out and pick up this. This is the first part of this series, and it covers all the Merlin powered Spitfires as well as the Seafires. Now, it hasn't actually shown up yet. It's supposed to show up either today or potentially tomorrow, so I don't actually have it in hand to show you, but this is a picture that I have off of eBay, exact one I'm getting, so I'm very excited to go ahead and add that into the reference library. But that is it, guys. That is my channel update for today, August 22nd. I know it's been 4 weeks since I've had any video out to you guys, and I am sorry about that. Again, COVID just takes the wind out of you for sure. I mean, it just sucks. What else can you say? It's just not fun. Now that I'm a little bit better in terms of energy, I've got most of my symptoms are gone. Still have a little bit of a cough, a little bit of some congestion. You might be able to hear it in my voice, like I mentioned, but you know, I am getting better. I am pushing through it, and I think by the end of this week, I should be back to 100%. Now, looking forward a couple of months, we are going to go ahead and attempt to do 12 sprues. This will be the 4th year, I believe, and I'm a little bit nervous about it. I have been slowly selecting kits that I think would be fun to build. I'm going to probably keep in 1/72nd scale, and we're just going to have some fun with that. I am planning and thinking ahead of different videos I'd like to go ahead and do and different kits I'd like to build. So it's always something, it's always fun, it's always work here on the bench. So no worries. So again, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for sticking around. Sorry I haven't responded back to some comments. I'm going to go ahead and take care of that today, and we're going to go ahead and see you on Wednesday for another episode of Sci-Fi Wednesdays. Until then, guys, you know the drill. Go out there, get yourself some bench time, have some fun, build something cool, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you back here on our next episode on Ben Builds. Thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you soon.